Assalamu alaikum, Mahaba, Al-Haran, Al-Sharif. Welcome to my third film about the faith that I've been learning about in Jerusalem, and this time it's Islam. So in an area such as the Dome of the Rock, I've decided to mainly actually concentrate on the here and now with this astonishing area. There is so much entwined history, and really what I want to do is show you around it, and I'd be foolish to think I could try and do historically this place justice, because there is just so much that's happened here to so many different faiths. So the faith revolves around the 5 pillars of Islam. First is the Shahada, which is a belief Allah is the God and the only God, and Muhammad is Allah's prophet. Second is to say prayers 5 times a day. Third is to give money to the poor, and the 4th pillar is fasting for Ramadan, and the 5th is Hajj, making a pilgrimage to Mecca. So I've been doing a lot of talking with people this morning, and I've had the relevance of a Friday to the Islamic faith explained to me, and that was Adam was created on a Friday, and the whole process of what's about to happen is remembering that. And also the Day of Judgment is going to come on a Friday as well, so it's a very important day within the faith. Where in Islam this place attains real relevance involves the night journey of Muhammad. Muhammad came from Mecca to here, carried by the Archangel Gabriel. Alighting on the rock, they were greeted by prophets past and present, and ascended a ladder through the 7 heavens. Each was presided over by a prophet, until, at the 7th, Muhammad met Abraham, whereupon he entered into the divine realm and received the final revelation. This took him beyond human limits, and is why there is such a resonance for Islam to this particular spot. To talk about the physicality of the place and its history, it was finished around about 692, and it was commissioned by Abd al-Malik, a Muslim ruler. The roof was originally copper, but it is now actually gold-plated, courtesy of the late King of Jordan. It was actually built not only to symbolize Muslim power, but it was needed to unify, as al-Malik at the time was fighting a civil war and didn't have control of Mecca, and they needed a religious focal point. It is said that it is actually one of the first Islamic buildings constructed. So having been here now nearly 9 days, it's the last day tomorrow, this was the one that I wanted to sort of finish with for obvious reasons. I will say this, I am generally living in a Muslim hostel, and the past particularly 4 or 5 days have been fascinating. We've had about 5 French Algerian lads who have been there, and a lovely guy from Oxford who've been teaching me a heck of a lot. But what has been noticeable has been how much they actually are aware of the Bible and the Torah, in a way that when I remember going to church, they did not touch on the Quran or the Torah. So there's a real understanding of the past with this faith in a way that I certainly was not aware of, and have certainly been quite humbled by their learning. When I've visited before, it's normally a place of great solitude, actually. I find it one of the most calm and serene places in Jerusalem. However, it is Jewish New Year today, and it is the one day of the year that the Jewish faith are allowed into the temple. We're now mid-afternoon, but let's just say this morning was quite intense. So as things potentially still can be a little difficult, I've tried to say what I've learnt about the faith of Islam, so I'm just going to take as many shots as I can and just enjoy how beautiful this place is. This is the Dome of the Chain, where once upon a time a chain hung from the top of this building. So this is the Al-aqsa Mosque, the furthest mosque. And it is the centre each day of the prayers. Sometimes words don't do things justice. Again, as you walk around, it's a place of family life. It's a great focal point for the community around here. So to be honest, you've had children playing basketball, which is somewhat messed up with my film, as all you could hear was that, and then they've been playing football. But you know, it's living and breathing, this place. It really is living and breathing. Just look how vivid that is. It's absolutely stunning. And in 1999 I was actually allowed in, and I realise now there is absolutely no photography allowed even back then, and I'm not allowed in because I'm non-Muslim. But there's a stone in there called the foundation stone, and in many faiths and beliefs the foundation stone was literally the first rock that was placed here by God. Okay, so it's time for me to go. So everyone's been polite. In the afternoon you only get a couple of opportunities to come here.
Let's make a joke on him.
So I'm very kindly just been shown the chain gate out because it's time for myself to go, and here we are. So I've normally never been allowed through this, so I'm walking through, and to give you a yardstick, this is literally where I stay. Well, thank you very much for coming with me on my film about Islam and what I've learnt, and that was an interesting ending, wasn't it? But Jerusalem is definitely somewhere if you want to learn and just appreciate people's faith. It's incredible to come here. So thank you very much for coming with me to the Dome of the Rock.